Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're filming a Q&A, but first let's go pick up my Wingstop. Okay, we went and we picked up the Wingstop. I got tenders because I didn't want to eat a whole chicken wing in front of you guys while I'm trying to talk. But I will always get traditional if I can. But we got boneless, we got the hot honey rub, and then we got mango habanero, a side of fries, and then 2 ranches because I love the ranch. As some of you guys may know, I asked you guys to ask me questions on TikTok so I can answer them today. I already pulled them up, but let's eat a fry first and a wing and then we'll get started. Let's try a hot honey rub wing. Tender. Okay, so let's get started. One of the questions that I was asked is, how's your garden doing? It's doing good. I actually moved my jalapeno plant because I have a cucumber one and I feel like there's just not enough space. And I felt like my jalapeno one was dying, but I think the rain helped. I'm crossing my fingers. I did put my other garden bed up, but I just haven't planted any veggies. And another question was, where's your next trip going to be? I don't want to say because I'm not quite sure. There are a couple contenders. I can tell you guys what the contenders are. So we're thinking Hawaii. We also really want to go to Amsterdam, not to do drugs, just to go. We also want to go to London, and I also really want to go back to Italy and Paris. Hopefully we can go next year, so fingers crossed. But I'll definitely bring you guys along this time. Okay, I answered 2 questions, so I feel like I deserve to eat the rest of my wing. If you were to ask me when was the first time I had Wingstop, I honestly could not even tell you. But I am definitely more of a Wingstop girl than like a B-dubs girl. I feel like every single time I've ate B-dubs, like the food is just cold. It's just been like a bad experience. So Wingstop girl for sure. Today, tomorrow, and always. Okay, the next question is, what's your favorite holiday? Everybody that knows me knows that my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. It's just something about being together with your family and just eating the food. I feel like it brings so much warmth. Like you wake up and you're cooking, and like I know it can be exhausting, but like I just enjoy that. Like I enjoy that time with my family, and we sit at the table and we eat the food, and it just brings me so much joy. I'm curious to know what your favorite holiday is. Please let me know down below. The next question is, have you gotten the hang of your espresso machine? I want to say yes, but I feel like sometimes it has to be like recalibrated. But I will say that I didn't have enough time to make coffee at home because I woke up late. So then I was like, I'll just make it at work. And they have a Keurig machine at work, and big mistake. I did not like it at all. Okay, the next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully having a baby, being able to travel, being able to take my family like on a family trip. I would love for all of us to go to Disney. Hopefully being further into my content creator career. I hope that I've grown better as a person within those 5 years. That's a really good question. The next question I got asked was, what's your go-to coffee? I would definitely say my go-to coffee would be a latte. For like late in the evening, I would say a cappuccino. The next question is, how did you and Gil meet? And I can totally like get into this, but I won't because I can sit here and talk about it for like a really long time. I guess the key details that you should know is that I was coming home and I was on the bus, and I never took the bus because I was just a scared little girl in the world, and I still am a very scared little girl. But I was on the bus and I was on my way home, and I saw him on the bus. I remember he like hopped on, and I was like, oh my God, the cutest guy's on the bus. And like I texted all my friends and I was like, oh my God, this cute guy. Anyways, we didn't speak on the bus. We ended up getting off at the same stop, but I went home and he went to Walgreens. So then later that same night, my cousins invited me to Applebee's with them. And I was like, no, like I don't really want to go. Like I already ate, like it's fine. Plus you guys are going with your coworkers. Like I don't really know them like that. But they're like, no, like just come. So then I'm like, okay. So then I go, and then I'm just like, we're like waiting to get seated. So I'm like sitting in a chair. Lord and behold, Gil walks in the door, and I'm like, there's no way. And at this point, like I know I saw him on the bus, but like I didn't tell like my cousins. So like I'm just there with this information, like texting my friends like, oh my God, the guy's on the bus, like he's here. Sit down, they're having dinner and stuff. I think they asked me like what time I had like gotten home or something. I pointed at Gil and I was like, oh, what time did you get off the bus? Because we got off together. That's pretty much like how we met. And then turns out like I knew his sister, and like he worked with my cousins this whole time, and like I had no idea. We had never ran into each other, and then we did, and then the rest is pretty much history. The next question is top 3 TV shows. Jersey Shore, definitely. I love all the drama. The OG one though. 2 would be Schitt's Creek. If you guys haven't watched Schitt's Creek, please go watch Schitt's Creek. It's so funny. And then number 3, really like feel good show would be Never Have I Ever on Netflix. That's like my comfort show. See what other questions we have here. What's your favorite way to spend a weekend? I would have to say being with Logan and Gil. Logan's my dog. Definitely start the morning off by making coffee in here, or like gonna go get coffee at the store and then coming back and eating breakfast. Playing with Logan, maybe make 1 or 2 trips to TJ Maxx so we can get Logan a toy. Definitely somewhere in between that, see my family. I usually like to see my mom on the weekends. And if we're even doing it like even one better, it would be like seeing all my nieces and nephews. We're gonna take an intermission because my food's getting cold, so I'm gonna eat real quick and then we'll resume. This one says, ¿Qué padre te la pasas? ¿Cuál es tu siguiente viaje sin decir a dónde tienes planes? Sí o no, ¿dónde vas a ir? Sí tenemos planes para viajar, no sé exactamente dónde, pero esta vez los voy a llevar y voy a grabar videos para enseñarles. Cuando sepa, les dejo saber a dónde vamos. Next question is, what's your go-to drink? I'm gonna take this as like, what's my go-to alcoholic drink? And I have a couple. Definitely a Moscow Mule, a good Cosmo, a margarita, strawberry margarita, jalapeno margarita, watermelon margarita. If I could add another one, it would be a michelada, but the only reason why I'm a little hesitant and it's not my number 1 is because the beer bloats me. And I just don't like how that feels, but I love a good michelada. The next question is, what are your hobbies? Doing my makeup. I love doing my makeup. I also like gardening. I feel like I definitely picked that up this year. It's my first year gardening and I've been loving it a lot more than I thought I would. Okay, the last question on TikTok is, how was your trip to Paris? I loved Paris. I wish we had more time to spend there. I definitely want to go back. We said we're gonna go back, so it's just a matter of when. I loved it though. I loved walking around there. I feel like we went during the perfect time. We had really good weather. I had a couple of questions on Instagram. One was, what country would you like to travel to next? I think I'm gonna say Asia. I'd love to go to Japan. And the other question was, what made you get into vlogging? I don't know. I have a passion for it. I feel like it probably started with my makeup and like, I don't know if you guys know, but like I did YouTube videos like back in the day and I only did like 4 or 5, something like that. So I've definitely always like tried this on and off. I just never was like super serious about it or like consistent. I guess I just want people to see my perspective of life. It'd be nice to look back at it, and then if I have kids one day, like I would love to show them this was me, you know, in my 20s, and I'm sure then it'll be cringy, but it's a memory for myself, to myself. Okay, so I have a couple other ones that came through. One of the questions was favorite author, favorite book. My favorite book would have to be If He Had Been With Me. That book made me cry for like 5 days straight. I feel like I went through that heartbreak. And it was such a good book. Like I couldn't put it down. Like I was reading the whole time and it was such a good book. Author that I really like is Frida McFadden. I am so sorry if I butchered that, but the Housemaid books were really good as well. I couldn't put those down. Another question is favorite artist, favorite song. It depends on my mood, but if I can give you a couple, it would be Fuerza Regida, Bad Bunny, Drake, and Maroon 5. Favorite song? Ooh, favorite song would be Adore You by Miley Cyrus. I can sing my heart out to that song. Another question was, what's my favorite kind of food and my favorite dish? My favorite kind of food would be Mexican food. My favorite dish would have to be pozole. Don't sleep on pozole. Red pozole with pork. So good. A dream vacation. Ooh, that's a good one. Switzerland. It looks beautiful out there. I would love to go. So as of right now, we'll say Switzerland. Where you're from? I'm from Chicago, but I do live in the suburb. Zodiac sign would be Leo. Any pets? If so, name. I do have one dog. I don't know if you guys saw him earlier. His name's Logan, and we actually adopted him 3 years ago. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, living or dead, who would it be? Rihanna, Bad Bunny, and Kris Jenner, because I feel like she's really funny and she's a vibe. Those are all my questions for my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.